Welcome back. Now that we've dealt with the vertical orbit and the horizontal orbit, I wanted to deal with the front and back orbit a little bit. And in order to do that, I actually wanted to show you a variety of the plum flower move that's going to allow us to do the plum flower in dual wield later down the road by isolating the plum flower to one side of my body with one hand without that big crossover. Okay, the way that I'm going to do that is, if you remember, the plum flower spin was an Obiani spin, cross over the body, an upwards figure eight, and back. Okay, it has that crossover component. Now, I was able to sort of minimize the movement with the hand switch on the plum. Upwards figure eight, back over. All right, that was a sloppy hand switch up top. I can isolate the plum on this side of my body mostly and eliminate this sort of reaching over my body if I manipulate the plane that the thing is on. I take it from this vertical plane and I make part of it be on this forward plane. Okay, now let me also refresh your memory to one other thing that we dealt with in set one, and that was the figure eight. Okay, just like I can do the figure eight to the side of my body, I can do the figure eight to the front of my body. Okay, what we're going to be doing with the plum flowers, we're going to be using that. Off of that Obiani spin, instead of letting it make that full rotation here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be switching this sort of awkward arm pull right here to this, something more simple. I'm just taking the saber, bringing it up. All right, from there, I'm going to be doing an upward figure eight in front of me and then back over to the start position. Basically what I'm doing here is, if you think about the Salvador Dali picture with the clocks that are sort of bent around corners, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the plum flower spin that usually goes from over here to over here, and I'm bending it around a corner. Right? Bent plum flower spin. Okay, for now, that's kind of a novelty. Later down the road, that's going to be useful, and it's going to allow us to have more mobility and add more complicated things into that move. Join me back here next time for the next one.